If you open your shoulder on a wide ball, your entire structure will collapse. The correct posture is to always maintain these shoulders. Today, let's break down the forehand framework. Let's start with recovery. For a stationary forehand drill, you should recover directly back to your starting position. This means after your shot, you follow the same path back to get ready. Do any of you use a circular motion for your recovery? Let's discuss whether this circular recovery is right or wrong. World champions like Ma Long and Chen Meng are known for using a circular recovery. Now, I'll imitate a looping motion, see if you can guess whose it is. Please leave a comment with your guess below the video. This is why his forehand can be a weakness. Opponents can target it and make him uncomfortable. Both circular and direct recovery have their pros and cons. My advice, if you use a circular recovery, don't feel you have to change it. It's often a personal habit. The benefit of a circular recovery is that it helps you stay relaxed after the shot. The main advantage is staying loose, which allows you to relax completely before accelerating into the next shot. The downside? You'll be too slow against fast-paced rallies and can easily get jammed on the next shot. The advantage of direct recovery is a faster backswing and quicker shot, allowing you to handle any pace. Your swing speed and shot transition will be faster. The disadvantage is a tendency to be stiff. If you remain tense after the shot, you can't generate power for the next one. I personally prefer direct recovery, as it's the system I was trained in. If you can master relaxation with it, your rallies will become much smoother. Recovery is one of the biggest weaknesses for amateur players. For instance, after a serve or a loop, many players just stop their motion and watch the ball. This is why your strokes aren't fluid, each shot feels disconnected and clunky. Your mindset shouldn't be that the stroke ends after contact. The complete motion includes hitting the ball and then returning to your ready position. When practicing basics, count a full cycle only after you have hit the ball and recovered. Not just at the point of impact. In fixed-point drills, your recovery must be active, not a passive reaction to the ball. The feeling of a full cycle, from backswing to contact and back to ready, should be like this. The backswing should be relaxed, and the forward swing explosive. You need that contrast. Amateurs often get this backward, they are tense on the backswing and then weak at contact. You must create a sharp contrast between your relaxed backswing and your explosive forward swing. Most players are too tense during the backswing, which causes them to lose power at contact. During your forehand backswing, your arm must be in a completely relaxed state. Your point of explosion shouldn't be the backswing, it must be the moment of contact. For example, when I loop a topspin ball, my arm feels very loose and relaxed. Then, from this relaxed state, you accelerate explosively through the ball. Anyone who struggles with power generation has a problem in their backswing, which in turn affects their recovery. If you use too much force in your recovery, you won't be able to execute the next shot well. If you can stay relaxed on the backswing and then tense up at impact with a more compact motion, your shot will be effective. This is how you get quality in your shots. To play well, you must master the rhythm of relaxation and tension. During the entire preparation phase, your arm must stay loose. First, your grip. During preparation, hold the racket with only 30% pressure, never 80 or 90%. Second, your shoulder. A high shoulder causes tension. Keep your shoulder and elbow dropped to ensure your arm is relaxed. From this relaxed state, your stroke will look much more fluid and natural. Only by mastering relaxation can you generate a powerful loop, even when you're far from the table. So, the overall rhythm should be, relax on the backswing, then accelerate. Relax during recovery, then accelerate again. If you can connect this process smoothly, you can guarantee quality on every single shot. This sounds simple, but it's very difficult to execute correctly. For those of you who don't use your body in your forehand, let's watch Xiaolu hit a few shots. Excellent. Her overall framework fully incorporates her body. I'll explain how she does it and share the coaching tips I gave her. The first point is your legs. If your legs are unstable, your whole game will look scattered. So for amateurs, don't focus on leg rotation. First, establish a stable, low stance. Drive the legs with your hips. The second point is your hips. Hip rotation is crucial. To prepare for any forehand shot, your body must first turn sideways before rotating forward into the ball. Once you learn to turn your body and hips sideways first, your technique will naturally improve. The common problem is always facing the table squarely with no side-on preparation. Most offensive forehands require this body turn. You don't need to rotate for defensive blocks, but you must for offensive shots. The third point is for those who feel their rotation is too slow. The problem is your shoulder is too loose and flailing. Correct technique involves keeping your shoulder tucked in. When transitioning from backhand to forehand, the shoulder stays engaged, allowing body rotation to drive your arm as a single unit. Your issue is that your arm and body are disconnected, and your arm is too far from your body. You need to shape your shoulders like parentheses, keeping them rounded and tucked inward. Right now, your posture is too flat and open. Your shoulder position is critical. If you open your shoulder on a wide ball, your entire structure will collapse. The correct posture is to always maintain these parentheses shoulders. Many players get their forehand pierced or can't rotate in time because their shoulder opens up. When the ball is fast, they just reach with an open arm. Use this parentheses shape to protect both your forehand and backhand sides. To use your body effectively, you must keep your shoulders tucked in. Your shoulder frame shouldn't change, no matter the angle of the shot. This allows you to hug the ball as you loop it. Sun Yingshao's forehand is so good because her upper body is incredibly stable. We tend to change our swing shape for different balls, but she is always solid, which is why her forehand is so consistent. Another point is the hips. Most amateurs struggle with their loops because they are twisting improperly. It might look correct, but it's a mistake. Many players loop backspin with their weight on the left leg, causing their hips to shift too far left. Your hips should not be shifting out to the left side like that. Your hips and legs must work in unison. For a forehand, load your hips over your right side, then drive forward. They shouldn't sway from side to side. Wherever your leg is providing support, that's where your hip should be centered. Have you ever felt your lower back engage when you loop? It should feel like someone is pushing you forward from your core, which is your main power source. You must feel like you are driving your lower back forward into the shot to generate real power. Just sticking your butt out or twisting while standing upright won't generate any force. There should be a coiling back and then an exploding forward motion for your body to generate power. What she does well is this feeling of coiling in with her core and legs, then exploding out, not just sitting back, which prevents proper power generation. Now, let's talk about storing energy for your shot. This type of shot is also a loop. It's a quick loop commonly used by professional players. Not all loops are hit at the ideal contact point. It's very difficult for amateurs to wait for this perfect timing. Even when you execute this close to the table, it's still a loop with spin, not just a flat hit. A common misconception is that you need a huge backswing far from the table to loop. In reality, there are fast loops and slow loops. When executing a fast loop, your backswing must be backward rather than downward, otherwise you will miss the ball. But for a standard offensive topspin loop, your backswing should go downward. When looping topspin, your forearm doesn't need to drop as low as for backspin, but your hand position should still start low. Why low? To create better brushing action and friction on the ball. A flat hit contacts the back of the ball, so the height of your racket must match the height of the ball. To execute a good loop, your racket must start from below the ball. By starting below the ball and making contact during the upward part of your swing, you generate topspin. When you're a meter or more from the table, the ball has time to drop, so you can and should lower your backswing. But if you're close to the table, a low backswing will cause you to miss the ball. So, you must keep your racket higher. Your backswing position depends on your distance to the table. Remember, hitting is behind the ball. Looping is from under the ball. You must meet the ball on your upward swing path to create spin. The magic of the loop is its spin. That's the key difference from a flat hit. For a standard loop, your hand should drop to about thigh level. Dropping it to your shin is too low and can cause you to hit the ball long. Pros drop their racket low for two reasons. First, it ensures they contact the ball on an upward path to create a better arc. Second, only by dropping your arm can you achieve the relaxation needed before accelerating. If you just swing horizontally without dropping the arm, it will always be tense. Letting the arm hang naturally is the relaxed state. To execute a power loop, you must be relaxed before you explode into the shot. If your motion is tense, the shot will have no quality. So, professionals keep their arm low to facilitate better acceleration and, especially against backspin, to create the correct arc by swinging up into the ball. Unless you're in a topspin to topspin rally, you must swing from low to high. Look at Ma Long, his backswing is extremely low. However, I feel that a backswing that's too low might cause recovery problems for amateur players.